Hello. So we have made it to the middle of May almost with the full moon in Scorpio tonight. So we're going to talk about that, but let's quickly look at how we got here and then we will look at where we are going. So we kind of crash landed at the end of April with Venus entering Aries on April 30th. Now, Venus and Aries is a fiery, passionate combination. Venus is relationships, creativity, relationships, romantic and otherwise, creation, creativity, beauty, the pursuit of beauty for the sake of beauty, and Aries is all about getting things done, passion, fiery, forward-moving energy, not a lot of thinking, a lot of action, leadership. So when you combine these two, we have a spark in the areas of creativity, in the areas of creative businesses, all business really, entrepreneurship. Relationships get a boost. All of the feminine areas of life and the feminine energy is ignited. It's on fire. It's passionate. It's burning. So this is going to be the vibe until June 6th. So that's how we came into May. Not a bad way to start. With Pluto retrograding in Aquarius, this is where our real work begins. This is where we begin integrating all of the major lessons that we had to face throughout March and throughout April. So this will be going on through mid-October. I believe it is October 13th when Pluto moves out of retrograde. But during this time, we have to do the shadow work, the psychological and emotional processing of everything that has happened up until this point this year, of the changes that have occurred recently and earlier than recently, but especially recently because this is the first phase of the big collective shift, and the shadow work is the prerequisite for the quantum leap. And just a few days ago, on the 10th of May, Mercury entered Taurus, and that takes us into a space where we're introspective and we're deep with the Pluto retrograde, but we also are able to do the practical work and do the steps, take the steps necessary in the physical realm here on Earth to make the changes necessary based off of what we learned and the changes that happened to us over the course of the last 2 months. So this brings us to today, where we have the full moon in Scorpio, and it is opposite Uranus, and there's also a square between Mercury and Pluto. So this is a very intense full moon. Scorpio in general invites us to go deep. Pluto is the home planet of the sign Scorpio, so the same themes that come with Pluto are the themes that come with Scorpio. Scorpio invites us to go deep, to do the shadow work, to do the psychological, emotional unearthing, to ultimately transmute and burn through and transform the heaviness, the shadows, the darkness that we carry in order to move forward into new phases of our existence. So opposing Uranus brings an element of quick transformation and big steps forward with the work that this full moon is inviting us to do. And then the Mercury square Aquarius aspect does kind of cast a shadow on the whole experience. There's a shadow on the shadow work. There's just like a gloominess with this square. The Pluto in Aquarius and the Mercury, which is in Taurus, it brings a careful practicality that kind of has like an overthinking, perhaps an anxious energy to it. So just know that it will pass, but this is a heavy full moon, and nurture your emotional state, but do the work. Don't gloss over it. Go in, do what's necessary to move through this phase, because remember, we are in the middle of a big, big, awesome shift.